When your cat sleeps near your head, do you actually know what they're trying to tell you? Yes, it's cozy, but behind that warmth, there's something profound that most people never realize. It's one of the most psychologically revealing things your cat can do. And if you misread these signals, which most owners do, you might miss the deepest form of trust your cat is capable of showing. Let's start with what that head sleeping position really means. 1. They're claiming you as their territory, but not how you think. Have you ever wondered why your cat specifically chooses your head over every other warm spot in your bed? Here's what's actually happening. Your cat isn't just marking you with their scent, they're creating what animal behaviorists call a scent fusion zone. Your head releases more concentrated pheromones than anywhere else on your body. When your cat sleeps there, they're mixing their facial pheromones with yours, creating a unique chemical signature that exists nowhere else in the world. Think about that for a second. Your cat is literally creating a new scent that represents your bond. It's not possession, it's fusion. They're saying, we're not just living together, we're becoming something new together. This is why cats who sleep by your head often become visibly stressed when you change shampoos or hair products. You've disrupted the fusion zone they worked so hard to create. They're not being dramatic. You've literally changed the chemical language of your relationship. And here's the part that might surprise you. Cats only do this with one, maybe two humans in their entire lifetime. If your cat has chosen your head as their sleeping spot, you're not just their owner. You're their selected human. The one they've decided deserves this level of biological bonding. 2. Your cat is actually monitoring your breathing. Did you know your cat can detect changes in your breathing pattern from up to 3 feet away? When your cat sleeps by your head, they're not just resting. They're running an ancient survival program that monitors your respiratory rhythm throughout the night. Cats have what researchers call sympathetic breathing awareness. They unconsciously sync their breathing with trusted pack members to detect any signs of distress. Here's what's incredible. If your breathing becomes irregular, even slightly, your cat will often touch you with their paw or shift their position to check on you. You've probably felt this and thought your cat was just adjusting. Wrong. They were performing a wellness check. A study from the University of Tokyo found that cats who sleep near their owner's head wake up an average of 4 times per night specifically to monitor breathing patterns. They're not restless sleepers. They're guardians. And the fact that they return to sleep immediately after checking on you, that's trust in its purest form. But here's where it gets really emotional. Cats only monitor the breathing of creatures they consider family. In the wild, this behavior is reserved for their own kittens. When your cat does this for you, they're essentially saying you're as important as their own offspring would be. You've triggered their deepest protective instincts. And hey, before we move to the next one, make sure to hit like and subscribe so we can get this video to more people who love their cats as much as you do. 3. They're testing your trust boundaries. Have you ever realized your cat is actually conducting a nightly experiment on you? When a cat sleeps by your head, they're performing what animal psychologists call a vulnerability test. Think about it. Your head is where your eyes, nose, and mouth are, your most vital sensory organs. By placing themselves right there while you're unconscious, your cat is seeing if you'll allow them near your most vulnerable zone. This is huge in cat psychology. In the wild, cats never sleep near another animal's head unless they're family. It's too dangerous. The head is where attacks happen, where threats are detected. By letting your cat sleep there, you're failing their test in the best possible way. You're proving you trust them with your life. Here's what's fascinating. Cats will actually test different positions around your head over several weeks. Behind your head, beside it, even on your pillow. They're mapping out exactly how much vulnerability you'll tolerate. The closer they can get without you moving them, the deeper they know your trust runs. And speaking of what happens during your deepest sleep, wait until you hear what your cat is actually doing during your deepest dream stage in number 5. It's going to completely change how you think about your dreams. But here's the kicker. Once your cat establishes this trust map, they remember it forever. Even if you're separated for months, when reunited, they'll return to the exact same spot by your head, because that spot represents the ultimate trust test you pass together. 4. It's a trauma response, even in happy cats. Why would your perfectly happy, well-fed house cat still show survival behaviors from thousands of years ago? Here's something most people don't know. When cats sleep by your head, they're exhibiting what researchers call ancestral trauma response. Even cats who've never experienced a day of hardship carry genetic memories from their wild ancestors. Sleeping by the head of the strongest pack member was a survival strategy that meant the difference between life and death. In the wild, cats who slept near the alpha's head got warned first about predators. The alpha's sudden head movement meant danger. Their breathing change meant wake up now. This behavior is so deeply encoded in your cat's DNA that even 10th generation indoor cats still do it. Your pampered house cat is following an ancient blueprint written by their ancestors who survived by staying close to whoever could protect them. When they choose your head, they're not just choosing comfort, they're identifying you as their survival partner, their protector, even though the biggest threat in your house might be the vacuum cleaner. This is why anxious cats almost always sleep by their owner's head, never their feet. Their anxiety triggers ancient programming that says, stay near the decision maker. They might not consciously know why they need to be there. They just know that being anywhere else feels wrong on a molecular level. The beautiful part? You can't train this behavior. You can't force it. When your cat chooses to sleep by your head, they're following instincts older than civilization itself, and they're choosing you as their safe place in a dangerous world they've never actually experienced. 5. They're reading your dreams through micro-movements. Have you ever wondered if your cat knows what you're dreaming about? They actually might. During your rapid eye movement sleep, your deepest dream stage, your body creates tiny involuntary movements called dream echoes. These micro twitches in your face, fingers, and breathing patterns mirror what's happening in your dreams, and your cat, positioned right by your head, is catching every single signal. Research from the Feline Behavior Institute found that cats can distinguish between their owner's peaceful dreams and nightmares with 87% accuracy just by observing these micro-movements. When you're having a good dream, your facial muscles relax in specific patterns. Bad dreams create tension in your jaw and forehead that your cat immediately notices. Here's where it gets incredible. Some cats will actually intervene when they detect nightmare patterns. A gentle paw to your face, a soft purr that gradually gets louder. They're trying to shift your dream state without fully waking you. They've learned that pulling you from deep sleep is jarring, but gently altering your dream is possible. This is what I mentioned earlier about your cat watching you during your most vulnerable moments. They're not just sleeping next to you. They're actively monitoring your subconscious emotional state and making decisions about whether to intervene. It's like having a tiny dream therapist who works the night shift. The most mind-blowing part? Cats often adjust their own sleep cycles to match your rapid eye movement phases. They'll stay in lighter sleep when you're dreaming, ready to respond if needed. They're literally sacrificing their own deep rest to guard your dreams. 6. The temperature regulation secret vets don't talk about. Did you know your head is releasing something your cat desperately needs for their health? Your head consistently releases heat at exactly 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, creating what veterinarians call a therapeutic heat zone. For cats, whose normal body temperature runs between 100 and 102 degrees, your head provides the perfect supplemental warmth to maintain their metabolic sweet spot without overheating. But here's what's incredible. Cats who regularly sleep by their owner's head show better kidney function as they age. The consistent, gentle warmth helps maintain optimal blood flow through their organs during rest. It's like giving them 8 hours of low-level heat therapy every single night. Free healthcare while they sleep. Your cat instinctively knows this. When they position themselves by your head, they're not just getting cozy. They're strategically placing themselves in your body's most consistent heat output zone. Your torso temperature fluctuates with digestion. Your feet get cold. But your head? It's the reliable furnace that never turns off. This is especially critical for senior cats. As cats age, their ability to regulate body temperature declines. That's why older cats become almost obsessed with sleeping by your head. They're not becoming needier. They're self-medicating with your warmth. Every night by your head could be adding months to their life. There's even evidence that cats who sleep by their owner's head have lower cortisol levels. The combination of optimal temperature and emotional bonding creates what researchers call the double therapeutic effect. They're healing their body and mind simultaneously, just by being close to you. 7. They're establishing pack hierarchy while you're defenseless. Do you realize your cat is making a power move that would terrify most animals? When your cat sleeps by your head while you're unconscious, they're doing something that goes against every survival instinct in the animal kingdom. They're approaching the most dangerous part of an apex predator, you, while that predator is temporarily vulnerable. And they're doing it on purpose. In cat psychology, this is the ultimate dominance paradox. By sleeping near your head when you can't defend it, your cat is essentially saying, I could hurt you right now, but I choose not to. It's simultaneously an assertion of their position in the household and the deepest gesture of respect they can offer. Think about what this means. Your cat knows you're defenseless for 8 hours. They know exactly where your jugular is. They could do anything. Instead, they curl up and purr. They're choosing love over instinct, trust over opportunity. Every single night. This is why cats get genuinely offended when you move them from your headspace. You're not just rejecting their company, you're rejecting their declaration of peaceful intentions. You're basically saying, I don't trust your decision not to hurt me, which in cat language is the ultimate insult. But here's the beautiful truth. A cat who sleeps by your head sees you as their equal, not their owner, not their servant. They're equal, someone worthy of negotiating power with, someone whose vulnerability deserves protection rather than exploitation. In the complex social hierarchy of cats, you've achieved the rarest position of all, trusted equal.